Okay, so here we go. Let's put this Lethal Blaze to the test and the Zephyr rod. So the bell, look how nice that bell opening is right there. Very smooth operation on the bell. Checking the actual drag. You guys see that? Watch me tighten the drag up. That is a full drag tighten right there. The casting out. Very smooth on the casting. The retrieval. What's that retrieval? They have a very wide, I like the width of that. That's a foam right there. So it has a nice kind of flat foam to it. Yeah, so I'm using one of the bugs on the end of it right there. Now this Zephyr rod is the medium light. You guys see how that tip is? You do get 2 tips with these. So if you do end up breaking one of these, you have a spare one, which is always nice. KastKing's really good about sending spare rod tips with all of their rods right there. Now this does have the retrieval where you can turn it on. So if you're fighting a fish and you want to give some slack, you can go back and forward. Some have that. Me personally, I don't use that. I know a lot of cat fishermen, they'll use that, but me personally, I like having it on that lock. So that way it just stays locked right there. Let's test the casting. I'm gonna cast right out under that little tree, right into the current, close the bell and just let it float. You guys see that? Nice balance to this rod too. I've got one of these Zephyr rods in a casting setup and I've been using it for a while. That's why I went ahead and got it for the spinning reel here. You could see how the eyelets are right down through there. Nice and wide. This is a 2-piece take apart. And I've paired it up with the KastKing monofilament. So this is that kind of blue monofilament right over in that eddy. Let it drop. What I do is just let it sink. Now see, I can feel, I'm even on the bottom of the river right now. That's how sensitive that rod tip is. I can really feel that it's on the bottom and it's rolling. Since I got this rigged up in a Texas rig, let's try to go out a little further. I can see the tip banging, so what it's doing, I can feel when it goes over the rock bed. Because I'm guessing this is probably about 3 feet deep today. I probably know river currents more than 90% of the people out there, honestly. Especially when it comes to working a river and an eddy like that. I don't see any issues with this Lethal Blaze rod at all. I think this would be a great option for any angler that's just looking for a good, solid, affordable, like reel. Actually, rod and reel combo. This Zephyr rod, I recommend partner up with this. There is a Lethal Blaze version of a rod too, but I really love the Zephyrs when you look at them. I mean, I just can't go over these enough. And I've got it paired up in orange and green. You know what? I want something I can find if I drop it on the water, if I drop it in the river. Ask me how I know. Ask me how do I know. You want to get a light color. I don't want all my stuff to be dark colors, green or black or blue. I like them to be, you know, orange, green, light green, and things like that. Yeah, everybody, I don't see any issues with this thing at all. I think this is a great option for anyone that's just looking for a good, affordable rod and reel combo that can kind of like do it all, whether it's freshwater, saltwater, anything like that. That's all I got, everybody, on the Lethal Blaze, you know, spinning reel and Zephyr rod combo. See you all in the next video.